What's up, guys? Welcome back to another weekly Forex analysis video. This is going to be for September 15th up until the 20th. So last week we had a trade on this pair, NZD USD. Unfortunately ended in a loss because of CPI news, but we can see that it actually did respect our area of interest and ended up going into the profit, but we were stopped out, so we weren't in the trade. So I'm going to be going over 4 pairs this week that I'm going to be possibly trading. Very strong buy opportunities and pretty good confluences. So first up, we have Euro AUD. We can see our area of interest down here. We also have 2 very strong supply zones that are lining up pretty well with our strategy, like I explained in my previous video. What else do I want to say about this one? Oh yes, so we have a daily reverse head and shoulders that we can see perfectly, again, respecting this area of interest, respecting our daily EMA, which is looking great. We can see the daily already started to bounce up off of it. What I'm going to be looking for is to get a retest of this neckline, but hopefully dip a little bit lower. I would love to wipe out some of these lower demand zones, and then potentially have my stop loss either below these lows, like this area of interest, or potentially down here. I think I might keep it a little tighter, probably something like this. The only thing that worries me about this pair is that I am hoping for a big retracement back. I would have liked to possibly enter this trade already here and then just kind of hold it out, because I do think this might just continue to the upside without having much of a retracement. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of gonna wait to see what happens within the first few hours of the market, and then we'll see if we want to place a buy limit or not. Next up is GBP AUD, very similar. Again, we have confluencing pairs, which I always talk about. Euro AUD, we're looking for longs. GBP AUD, we're looking for longs as well. This is a very similar circumstance. We're waiting for a retracement back into our area of interest that lines up with also our demand zones, and also have my stop loss below these lows. On the daily time frame, it looks very, very clean. We have a reverse head and shoulders here. Right, we have the lower low, lower high, breaking structure up to the upside, coming back, retesting the neckline, right, and our area of interest. So everything is lining up pretty well, just kind of waiting for that further retracement so we can enter in this position. This one, we can see we have a lot of very strong demand zones within this area, right? We have the 4-hour, 2-hour, and 1-hour lining up almost to the exact pip, all in the exact same area. We also have the 30-minute right below it, but I'm not too worried about that one. So in this case, I think a potential entry right around the 0.5 zone, and then also keeping our stop loss below these areas of interest, and these demand zones will be, good enough to secure some profits. But we'll see how the market, again, works over the next few hours of this week. Next up is NZD USD. Yes, this was the pair that I traded last week that unfortunately was a loss, but it is still looking very strong again for buy positions. So daily time frame, we can see we have a lot of market structure heading to the upside. It is technically bearish, but I'm not too worried about that, honestly, because on the weekly time frame, we can see this very strong area of interest that we are respecting, right? We can see all these tops here with this area of interest. Market structure came to the downside, breaks above it, super clean, coming back, retesting the area of interest, also somewhat respecting the weekly EMA. Daily time frame is very similar. We are above the area of interest, so we want to buy when we're above. We're not trying to sell when we're above, right? We're also respecting this daily EMA that we perfectly bounced off of. We have lots of tops here, and also we're just kind of waiting for, well, we already have the shift of structure on the lower time frame, so we're just kind of waiting for an even smaller shift of structure, because in my opinion, if we look at the smaller time frames, like the 1-hour and 2-hour, it is all still bullish technically, right? This huge move right here still makes the 1-hour all bullish, because we never had any bearish candlesticks. So I'm just kind of waiting for an even smaller kind of time frame shift of structure, so potentially the 15-minute or the 30-minute, whichever looks cleaner. Hopefully the 30-minute, because I love to kind of prioritize the higher time frames. But we'll see over the next few hours, hopefully over the next 2 or 3 4-hour candlesticks, on what the market is going to do. And then we have our take profits probably somewhere near the tops here as well, right? So that's pretty strong for NZD USD. There is some news, but I'm not too worried. They're not huge news like CPI or anything. The only thing is this day, right? September 18th is a big one. Lots of very red folder news. We have the the Fed press conference and the interest rate decision. So we'll see what happens then, and we will kind of wait to see if we get any entry position. The last pair is Euro GBP. I talked about this one last week, but in my opinion, it's still just kind of loading. I told you guys last week that we want to wait until the daily fully closes above this area of interest before we even look for a buy position. I'm only looking for a buy position on this pair because of how clean the week looks, right? We have a reverse head and shoulder that looks very, very clean. And I think hopefully if we do get some good holds above the lower area of interest here, some retracement, we can definitely shoot up to this upper area of interest. We just need to wait for some market structure to develop and see if it is going to do that. If not, then we're not going to be interested in the pair, right? We do not want to trade or place a buy when we're below the area of interest. So that's why I'm very hard on prioritizing this upper area of interest, right? We're very focused on this. And that's basically it for this week. Only 4 pairs, not too much to trade, but we'll see what happens over the next few hours and over the next day or two. And that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good week of trading, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.